Hello, welcome to this special interview. I'm Cady, the voice of Sage men's and women's basketball, and our goal here is to we'll interview a bunch of coaches, athletes, maybe administrators, maybe Danny Drews will grace us with her presence. But we're going to start off with our first ever interview for this special segment with the head coach of Sage men's basketball, Brian Barnes. Coach, welcome. How you doing?
Thanks, doing great.
I'm glad we can have this lovely fireside chat here. Channeling American history here. First things first, the team, had its up and downs, but closed out in a strong way with the first half, with wins at Albany College of Pharmacy and at SUNY Cobleskill. How do you feel about the way the team has progressed so far through its first 9 games and heading into the holiday break?
Yeah, I think we're headed in the right direction with so many new players, 10 in all, 10 new players. We are a work in progress, and I think you'll continue to see this group improve as the year goes along. And we're really focusing on the process of getting better and our everyday habits and becoming a better overall team in every aspect of the word.
Yeah, you mentioned all the new players, 2/3 of your team basically being brand new players here to the Sage campus. Talk about maybe what kind of difficulties that presented for yourself and your assistant coaches, Eastman and O'Reilly, in incorporating all 10 of those guys into the system and into getting acclimated with Sage.
Yeah, I think it's just the day-to-day responsibility of the coaching staff to show our new players how we do things here at Sage, and the players that have come before this new group has really set the bar high and set the standards high, and that's where I really have a daily responsibility to them, to bring them along, and we have seen a lot of improvement. But certainly a challenge and an exciting one for the staff and I.
Now, one of the interesting things about this season is, aside from the fact that it's the last season for Sage in the Skyline Conference, is the way the conference got restructured for men's basketball this year with the 2 divisions. How do you feel about the restructuring and the teams that are within your division?
I like the restructure. I think it makes sense because if they didn't go to divisional play, we would be at 20 conference games, or 22 conference games, which is too many. It doesn't leave you any room for out of conference games. So I like the move. It gives us a chance to play the teams in the North Division twice, and allows us to play the South Division teams just once. So really got to bring it. I mean, you really got to bring it. Every single conference game is still important, and now there's a little bit different formula in terms of who gets in.
Now, take a look at your roster. We mentioned, 10 of the 15 players being new, and really the 2 that stand on the roster for the returning players, the guys that have been here for all 4 of their years of their collegiate eligibility, Marcus Patterson and Alex Lilac, your co-captains. Talk about those 2 have met the program over their time here at Sage, and your expectations for them as they continue through their senior year.
Sure. Well, these 2 guys were unanimously selected captains, both by the players and the coaching staff. So expectations are high, and I need to work with these guys on a daily, weekly basis to help them understand what we're looking for as captains. And really with so many new players, they do shoulder a great deal of responsibility and helping to keep our culture going and keep our habits and way we do things, spread that throughout the team with so many newcomers. So it is a challenge for them as well, and they're certainly capable, and I look forward to working with them here second semester.
All right, now just to wrap things up, I'm going to introduce a new segment that I'm going to like doing at the end of all my interviews. It's a quick hit segment, basically. I'm going to throw out a random question, and you just give me the first answer that pops off in your head, all right?
Sure.
All right, first off, favorite artist or type of music?
I have to say country.
Country? All right. It's like Tim McGraw kind of guy, maybe? Or
I'm a Florida Georgia line.
Florida Georgia line? Okay, all right. Favorite venue to coach at that's not Cole Gymnasium?
I would have to say the Kaplan Center of Mount St. Mary.
Okay.
And we've had several very close games, both here and there over the last few years. A few overtime contests as well. So usually a very good atmosphere down in Newburgh.
Okay. Funniest coach at Sage, and don't cop out and say yourself.
I'm gonna have to say Garrett, our women's soccer coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like anything in particular about his humor that's funny?
Well, he's got a very dry and witty sense of banter that reminds me a lot of myself, actually.
Okay, all right. And finally, best coach you've worked with or played for?
Gonna have to go with a tie on that one. Best in-game bench coach, Will Brown, and best everyday relationships, understanding the entire picture, and being there, Mike Griffin. I worked with him a little bit longer than I had Will Brown, but both top notch.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against either of those choices, so you picked well there, Coach. Well, Sage men's basketball coach Brian Barnes. Coach, thank you very much for coming on here and joining us for this interview. A lovely fireside chat, as we call it.
Thanks so much, Brian.
All right.
I appreciate it.
And that does it for us here. Until next time, we'll see you.